Okay, so this is going to be part 4 of my video responding to the Knowledgia video about why the Anglo-Saxons originally came to Britain.
By the fertile lands. Gildas, a 6th century monk, describes the newcomers as ruthless invaders, while Bede, another scholar, saw them as fulfilling a divine justice. Modern theories suggest that the Germanics were invited by the locals to help against Scots and Picts. Logical evidence suggests a mix of peaceful migration and integration in Britain, with Anglo-Saxons influencing the local culture.
So credit to Knowledgia for pointing out that the archaeology does indicate that there could have been somewhat of a mixture of peaceful and non-peaceful settling in the southeast of Britain. However, the concept of the Anglo-Saxons being invited over by certain populations of Celts in order to act as mercenaries for the Britanno-Celts against the other Celts of the island, the Picts, the Scots, the Irish, that are raiding them, does actually come from Bede. It is not just a modern theory. There are a lot of modern scholars who consider that idea to be rather plausible as an explanation as to how some of the earlier Anglo-Saxons had come over to the southeast of Britain. Mark Morris, in his book, The Anglo-Saxons, specifically says that it is actually somewhat likely that the Britanno-Celts had hired the Anglo-Saxons as something of a mercenary corps, because that was something that Romans were doing all the time, right? The Britanno-Celts are only recently non-Roman people. I mean, they're Roman in culture, they're Roman in institution, in so many ways, and one of the things that Romans so commonly do is hire groups of barbarians to fight against other groups of barbarians. One of the big things that I would like to point out here, though, before I end episode 4, and I'm pretty sure that this little rant is going to take me all the way to the end of my 3 minutes here, is that in the 6th century, when we are starting to see these larger groups of Anglo-Saxons actually in the southeast of Britain, and we're starting to actually see some stratification of society, especially as archaeology can indicate, because we start to see burial sites where there are people who have furnished burials and then there are people who have unfurnished burials, essentially meaning that the people who have furnished burials, they have grave goods that they are buried with, they have, you know, artifacts, they have jewelry and things like this that indicate that they are the elites. Everybody else is being buried with nothing else in their burial site, which indicates that they are, you know, the lower class of this now newly stratified Anglo-Saxon society. But at this time, there would have been way more Anglo-Saxon petty kingdoms than are shown on this map. Like, there should be at least like 15 Anglo-Saxon kingdoms, ranging from the size of giant Wessex all the way down to teeny tiny Huinca. And I knew that would take me up to 3 minutes. Stay tuned for the other parts. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Follow for more.